Hey, ladies and gentlemen, how you doing? This is Dayle T, host of the Awesome Music Show, and we are great to go live one more time. And we are thankful that you are able to join us. For those who are joining us on Facebook, YouTube, thank you so much for joining us. We appreciate you sharing the platform with us, and we are happy to have you. So we crave your support. We pray that you will just send your comments, and if you have questions for our guests, you can also share those questions in the chat, and we'll be sure to make some adjustments and try to answer those questions. But we're happy to have you, and as always, it's another awesome day given to us by an awesome God to do some awesome things, and we are grateful. Today it's a totally different show because we are going into a really big topic, which is copyright. And trust me, so many of us need to hear what's happening with this broadcast. And we're going to be having a very special guest. So, guess what? We are going to be playing some music that's in line with what we're doing on the show. And we want you to just enjoy it and tell your family and your friends so that they can be a part of this wonderful broadcast as well. And there's so much for us to learn. So if you're a musician, you're a poet, you're a songwriter, anywhere you fall in the music industry, this show is for you as well. So stick and stay, and we're going to be back with you right after this wonderful song. So get your friends and your family, like, share, subscribe to the channel so that we can give you your live notifications when we do go live. Stand by.
As I ride, I've got to register my copyright. I woke up this morning, I take up my pen, put it to my paper, to write for.
Remember to give us your comments. If you're not hearing, you're not seeing us well, you can let us know so we can make some adjustments on our side.
To know when my song go around each corner. Hey, I've got to know when my music plays here and there. Music, I will spread it everywhere. Music is a business, music is a business. Don't let it slip away. Music is a business, music is a business. No time to delay. Music is a business, music is a business. Don't let it slip away. Music is a business, music is a business. No time to play. You've got to know.
Hey Tamika, thank you so much for joining.
What music's about, yeah.
You need to let Kelani watch this show so she know about the copyright thing.
Information is here for all to share. Yeah. You coulda write, you coulda write, you coulda write. You coulda sing, you coulda sing, you coulda sing. That don't mean a thing if you don't register what is copywritten.
Should have been on Instagram today, but we won't be on the Instagram platform, so please excuse us. But we're live on YouTube, we're live on my Facebook page, Dayle Thompson.
Music is the leader, taking the message around. Lyrics is the routine, influence the youth mind. Words can make a difference, influence the youth mind. It's not a coincidence. Writing what you write from your heart. Whoa, yeah. Be careful what you write. Be careful what you're singing.
So if you listen to the song in the background, all that you need to know about the music industry and what you need to learn so that you can make the most of your music, this is a show for you. So tell somebody that you know is in the music industry to tune in. CCB, thank you so much for joining. Thank you so much.
Oh well. Hey, music is a business. Music is a business. No time to delay. Music is a business. Music is a business. No time to play. Music is our business. Music is our business. No time to delay. Music is our business. Music is our business. No time to run away. Oh.
So we know we're gonna be playing it one more time before we get our live guest on, so that we'll allow some more persons to join the live.
You should register your copyright. Register your copyright.
Hey sis, welcome.
You should register your copyright.
So I want to big up everyone in the UAE, Philippines,
Register your copyright.
Aldana, Dubai, wherever you're joining from. Anywhere in the Caribbean, in the US, in Jamaica, welcome. The UK, thank you so much for joining. So we're going to be listening to this song one more time. Some really, really good information is in it. And we're going to be going into some more details.
I've got to register.
Also, we're going to be going down memory lane with some real musical greats as well.
I woke up this morning. I take up my pen, put it to my paper, to write for the future. I've got to check my publisher. Oh, to know when my song go around each corner. Hey, I've got to know when my music plays here and there. Music, I will spread it everywhere. Music is our business. Music is our business. Don't let it slip away. Music is our business. Music is our business. No time to delay. Music is our business. Music is our business. Don't let it slip away. Music is our business. Music is our business. No time to play.
Hey, Sister Michelle, blessings to you. Bless you, sis. Welcome.
Music's about, yeah. The world has changed. Information is here for all to share. Yeah. You coulda write, you coulda write, you coulda write. You coulda sing, you coulda sing, you coulda sing. That don't mean a thing if you don't register what is copywritten. You coulda play, you coulda play, you coulda play. You coulda drum, you coulda drum, you coulda drum. Me say you're more than dumb. Uncollected royalties, there is done. Music is the leader, taking the message around. Lyrics is the routine, influence the youth in mind. Words can make a difference.
All right, so we have some young writers, some young producers logging in from Florida, and you'll hear more about it. For all those who are on the live today, so much for being on. Just about another minute, and we're gonna go straight to our guest. All about the copyright industry, the music industry, the ins and outs, how to maximize the most from your music. We'll be talking much more about that. So if you know somebody who's a writer, a singer, a publisher, whoever they are, this is a show for them. And we're going to be having some follow-up shows as well with some persons from the music industry, and they will be telling us all about the history, some things that a lot of us don't know. Some of us only know some major names that I won't call, but there are some other names, people who have contributed significantly to the music industry. And we're going to be having some follow-up interviews, a series of interviews to highlight some of those persons.
Can't refuse it. Oh, no. You should register your copyright. Register your copyright, yeah. You should register your copyright. Register your copyright. Oh, oh, oh. Register your copyright. Register your copyright, yeah. Register your copyright.
Spotlight. So talking about all about registering your copyright. It's really, really a powerful show. And we have been looking forward to this show for quite a while because this is a show that's very important to all of us in the music industry. It doesn't matter where you are in the music industry, a writer, a singer, a producer. There's so much that you're going to be learning from this show, and the guest that I'm going to be having on the show has a wealth of information that he will be sharing with us. Althea Stewart, thank you so much for joining and being on the show. Thank you so much. It's a pleasure having you. And for those who are on, some folks I won't be able to see your name, but once you're joining us today on any other platforms, please, please, we are really happy to have you. And we're going to be having a very special guest. So, my very special guest for today in the Awesome Music Spotlight, he is the founder and CEO of Song Embassy, and you'll be hearing much more about that. Also, he's a lecturer, he's a music rights advocate, and he is a publisher. And I speak of no other person than my brother and friend, Paul Campbell, Mr. Paul Campbell. How are you doing, sir? Welcome.
Thanks, Dale. It's a pleasure for me to be on your program, and I hope our listeners will get the kind of information that they were yearning for, so they
Yes.
would be in a better position going forward to earn from their creativity what they have created.
Yes, yes, really powerful. And for those who don't know, I met Paul years ago, about 2016, I think, 2016, 2017, on a very exciting program at the University of Technology, and we connected ever since. And I've been learning so much from him, and I know that for this show, those of us who are on will be getting a lot from it. And I want to talk to even those who will be watching this broadcast months and years to come. There's so much. Hey, Sir Marlon, thank you so much for joining. Trinidad in the host. We have USA, we have Jamaica, we have several other places represented, and we are really blessed to have you on. For those who don't know, I want to just welcome you, Paul, to the show. I'm really excited to talk to you, just so we could share what's happening in the music industry and what so many of us need to learn. And I keep saying us because I'm in the music industry as well. Whatever you share will benefit us as well. So tell us a little bit about your background in the music industry and how you actually got involved in the music industry.
Okay, good. I initially got my feet wet in the music industry when I attended Kingston College in
Yeah.
first form. There were a lot of students, first form formers, who were into stamp collections, and I was not interested in stamp collections. So
Mm-hmm.
I decided to venture into something else that I have a passion and interest in, because I grew up around the music.
Yes.
My aunt operate a venue. So whenever I visit my aunt, which is not far from where I live, on the weekend, preferably Fridays and Saturdays, there
Yes.
was always dances there. Plus, I have other friends that I visited from time to time. They also operate bar, restaurant, and a
Hmm.
venue that we call dance hall during that time.
Yes.
So that was my initial entry into it. Different from at home, where I used to listen to the radio at the time. It was Radio Fusion, and I
Hmm.
think it was confined just for the Kingston and St. Andrew area.
Right.
So that basically kind of give you an idea of my age, because I grew up into that era, listening
Hmm.
to the Radio Fusion until it went over into AM and FM radio.
Wow.
Good. So at KC, I used to visit a number of record shops. Um, downtown area, after leaving KC, going to downtown area, you would have Stanley Motors, which is not too far from the North Street campus. If I walk along that side, I
Mm-hmm.
would go buy Stanley Motors, and I would be able to look at records. During that time, it was vinyl records. So I could easily look at the records, and I was always interested with the information on the album jackets and the 45 because
Yeah.
this was something new to me. I now had the opportunity, not at home, when my sisters and my father bought records. I'm able now to purchase mine. So I would venture downtown, the record shops them downtown, the famous street now we call Beach Street. They would have a number of record shops down that side. You have the Prince Buster record shop down there. You would have Studio One shop down there. You would have Lee Scratch Perry, and you come by North Parade side. You would have Randy's, or down King Street side. You have Time Store. So I was familiar with all of these record shops, and as I say, I have a fascination in looking at the records, look at the information and see the writers and
Yeah.
the performers. I didn't understand it initially, but after a period of time, I started to realize what these information were on the records. So that basically was how I went into at the time, which I didn't understand what was about is vinyl collection. So out of my vinyl collection, I have a brother in England who
Yeah.
was also in the record collection over that side. So my with my collection here from my sisters and my father collection, then I taking over that collection. Then later on in life and thing, my brother realized that I was so deeply involved into vinyl records that he had
Mm-hmm.
a large collection that he eventually passed it over to me. So
Wow. Wow.
in the UK with my nephew and my niece, I have records over there, over 40,000 albums. So
Mm.
I have a large collection, and I have a book that tells you about the cost of vinyl records, the possible cost of vinyl records based on the state of these records. And interestingly enough, why I purchased that book is because when I looked into it and I checked and I saw a record inside it that I have, the value of that record to this day is blind. It blew my mind. It's 32,000 United States dollars for just one record.
Wow. Wow.
So that's basically how I get into it. And as I say, I have a number of relatives that are involved in the music business at various levels. So it was like a natural fit for me to get into it because I have these people that I would converse with from time to time, and they would encourage me about the vinyl collection, which I didn't know anything about.
Mm-hmm. Wow, wow, so powerful. I mean, you're going down memory lane with us, and many of us, especially younger ones, would only hear of some of these things, but not have a real experience. Want to welcome Derek McFarlane to the platform as well. Thank you so much, brother, and you can share the link with some other persons. Thank you so much, also Michael Sean Harris. Welcome, welcome. Really, really a pleasure having you on the show. It's really a pleasure to share this platform with you. And for those who know the name, you go way back in the music industry as well. So welcome, welcome. So in terms of your wealth of information, Paul, because you're going down some streets in the musical industry where many of us only hear about, and we see the music evolve into what it is today, but we don't know the background. You mentioned several record shops downtown, Kingston, Jamaica, and many of us um, under a certain age would not know. So tell us about the wealth of history coming from those record shops. And even though many people just brand a few names in the industry, the music industry, you would know some of those people who were like the pioneers. So if you could just give us a little background as to those persons and then what led you now into the kind of work that you do in the music industry.
Okay. Um, the area known as West Kingston is the cradle
Mhm.
of Jamaica music, and
Yes.
it takes in the whole area from Bond Street, where you have Treasure High, straight along North Parade, up what we call Beach Street, Orange Street, Luke Lane. The whole of that area is the cradle of Jamaican music, and you
Yes.
would have record shops all over these areas. Some of the
Right.
people that I did not mention that have record shop there would is Stranger Cole. He had a record
Mhm.
shop there. Striker Lee, Bunny Lee, he has
Yeah.
a record shop there as well. Um, other other persons that don't come to mind readily had record shop there as well.
Derek Harrier.
Jerry Carriott had a record shop in the downtown here as well.
Yeah.
You know, quite a number of other Jamaicans that we don't talk a lot about. They had
Mhm.
record shop there, but because they either migrate and migrate, and we're not too familiar with their names just now. But
Right.
they have a history in that era
Right.
known as West Kingston.
Wow, wow, that's good. So in terms of from listening to you, I realize based on your background, you have developed a passion to help musicians and people in the industry in terms of copyright and how to properly market their music. Tell us how you got involved in that and the history behind all of that.
Okay, let me just quickly acknowledge the song that was played.
Yeah,
Introduce me, register your copyright.
yeah,
That song was commissioned by the Song Embassy Music, which I'm the CEO of that company, and it
right.
was written by three writers: Philip
Hmm.
Martin Jackson, known as Philip Jackson; Clive Harvey, known also as Jubilee; Roger
Yeah.
Thomas, known as Infinite. Now the background vocals on it is a young lady by the name of Simone Simmons.
Hmm.
And all the writers and performers are credited for their contribution, although the Song Embassy Music is the one that owned the master for this recording because it was commissioned by the Song Embassy Music.
Right.
So it's very important for me to get that out there.
Definitely.
Now, the question you asked me a while ago, could you just repeat it?
Yeah, yeah. Based on your history, how did you get involved in the copyright side of music? Because you could have chosen to do several other things, but you
Okay,
chose a certain
good.
path along that line. Give us a history behind that.
Okay, yeah, from ongoing research, conducted by the Song Embassy Music. As I say, as I am the head of the Song Embassy, so
Mhm.
we conduct ongoing research to know exactly what's happening in our music industry wherever our Jamaicans live. Whether it's here locally in Jamaica or in the diaspora where you have the communities a lot of Jamaicans live. So
Yeah.
we conduct our ongoing survey. And out of that, realize that there's a lot of music knowledge within the music industry of how the global music pipelines work to the benefits of the practitioners. So based on the data, we decided to set out to correct that situation by providing experience and expertise knowledge to the industry through training, seminars, and workshops in conjunction with two important entity or individuals.
Hmm.
First, at the Vocational Training Department, VTDI,
Right.
I partner with them, the Song Embassy, and
Hmm.
then in terms of the training, I would provide people from out of my community and nearby community to
Hmm.
come by the VTDI to listen to our seminars and workshops. And then the overseas section of it, I have a couple people overseas, the United States as well as the UK. One such person having the The United States is Jalive, and Jalive Music. And then in the United Kingdom, I have a publisher um, whose company is Independent Music Group of the United Kingdom, and it is the largest independent publishing company in the United Kingdom. And he
Wow.
has been very supportive of us. I can go on to even say he's the one who actually lead me along, show me the inner workings of the business of music, because I was doing it on my own, try to go along with books that I would read and all of that. But it was not until I visited the United Kingdom I was introduced to him, and we had discussion, and he decided, you know what, the time that you are here, if you are interested, you can come by the company, and I'll show you how it's done. And based out of that relationship, we still have that relationship going now. Matter of fact, he has offered to me just now, because I'm trying to get the program here into schools,
Yes.
high schools, and he has offered to take the materials from these high schools in terms of songs and to place it into synchronization deals. So I I am in the process of trying to encourage a number of music teachers to get
Right.
to the principals to see how they can get the program into the schools so that we can benefit from his knowledge of experience and expertise. The course that basically that will be offered, it's an interactive course, and we provide all the necessary toolkits to navigate this complex model of digital music that we have presently. Because as you are aware, the physical model, it was a nightmare to us. Because up till
Mhm.
now, most of our creatives have continued to leave their money on the
What
table of
the
the collection management organization due to multiple factors. Least of all, a lack of understanding on how to successfully navigate this complex music system.
hell?
Because today, the new model, it's a minefield. However, the course that I'm introducing here, and
Right.
Michael Sean Harris is the one that is piloting that program to Reggae Online. It's
Right.
designed to offer you the opportunity to navigate it successfully and financially if followed. You have to follow it exactly what we say to really benefit from that global music pipeline that is there. The music, the worth of the music industry. I look at the figures sometime last week, and I think it was 26.2 billion United States dollars. So
Wow.
there's a lot of money out there.
So much money
And
for me, for creatives to earn.
certainly. So
Mhm.
if we are not savvy and understand how to do it, then certainly those money will be left as what is called unclaimed royalties. And it's basically what you call black box royalties. And the beneficiary of those black box royalties, normally the collection management organization are major companies and major publishers. So we want to reverse that situation whereby creatives can get their money collected and distributed to them because they have done the correct things to receive their money.
Right, right. So powerful because I've heard so many of the pioneers in the industry talk even when they're live on stage of so many different mishaps that they have had in their career because they were just called to a studio, did a song before you know it, it was number one in the UK, number one on several radio stations, and it just flew over their heads and they were not getting anything. They were popular doing shows but not getting anything. How difficult, how better is it, I should put it that way, now that we have so much advantage with technology, for musicians and musical creatives to get their music properly registered?
It's quite simple, you know. The click
Hmm.
of a button, and
Yes.
that's it. But you have to have the knowledge. And I
Yeah.
must say, in my early stage of understanding the business, the gentleman, matter of fact, he has a knighthood from the Queen of the United Kingdom,
Hmm.
and he told me from day one that the inner workings of the business of music, you're not going to be able to Google it.
Yeah.
You will get information that people put out there, but the inner workings it is controlled by the major three um, um, recording labels, which is
Yeah.
Universal, Sony, and Warner Music. Him say you will not get that information, and no form of Google. They're not
Yeah.
gonna place it. So he was the one, as I told you, he basically fed me, led me, gave me the necessary information. He has equipped me with the necessary tools how I can go about to deal with it. And this is what I want to do. I want to pass the information on to whoever that are interested. And this is why I've partnered with Michael Sean Harris to have this particular course, so that
Yes.
anyone that enroll it in the course and complete it successful, then they will have the necessary tools to ensure that they will be earning from their creativity, and it's not going into the hands of the collection management organization. Because the moment that you release a song, it starts to turn money over. But
Right.
if you don't have your I's and your T's dotted the correct way, somebody else will collect it. And if it's you who create it, then I'm pretty confident that you would want to earn from it. So
Learn
you
from
have
it.
to do the correct things to deal with it. And because of the digital age now, you have to understand the metadata, because it's not like you're writing out in English language, Spanish, German, or whatsoever. You
Hmm.
have what you call codes, and you have to know these codes, and you have to know where to get these codes. And I must say here as well that the business of music, it's a knowledge-based industry. That was
Yeah.
emphasized to me. It's a knowledge-based industry, just like medicine, law, or any of those professions. You have to do the correct things if you want to correct. The
All
mantra that
right. All right. I think we.
basically,
You go again.
yeah, the mantra that I basically use in telling anyone that I'm assisting is that they must ensure that the black and white is correct if they want to collect their green. The black
Yeah.
and white be the paperwork, and the green is the money. So if they
Yeah.
don't have everything lined up, then they're not gonna get it. And this is why the song "Register Your Copyright" is so relevant, because it keep on emphasizing that no matter how you can sing, no matter how you can write, no matter you can play, you will not receive that money just because you can do all of those. You have to have the correct metadata into the recordings for you to collect from it. It will be collected, certainly. The distributor will collect it. The collective management organizations, they will collect it.
Collect, but you won't just
You,
get.
it will not be distributed to you unless you have the correct information. In the past, they used to use it was not legible enough. The high never crossed. The T
Hmm.
never crossed that I could know is a T. It looked like a L. So they're not
Yeah.
going to send the money to you. Or the high never dot. They used to
Yeah.
use those things. So with the codes now, once it's put in, that's it.
That's it.
You should receive your money. If you don't receive it, you can always check and get it, because you can always do a check through the system and receive it.
Wow, wow, that's so powerful. Let me just take some time to. I think by now he's gone from Michael Sean Harris. Many of you would know Michael Sean Harris from Edna Manley and Altogether Sing, and one of those featured judges. He's one of the pioneers in the courses that we'll be talking about, and we're going to be talking about those courses that's going to be beneficial to all those who are in the music industry. Because I'm sure there are some things that, as you said, the major players will not tell you, but your money is out there on the table somewhere. Also, Juice TV Jamaica, thank you so much for joining. And you mentioned Success Records, Upsetter Records. So definitely you have some history going on there as well. So thank you so much. For I would hasten to say also from one of our viewers, knowledge-based industry, and hence knowledge is power, and that's what we're trying to empower everyone on the show, so that you can have knowledge of the industry. But in terms of the the ease of doing music, because it's so much easier now for people to do music, and I think possibly maybe more people are running into copyright issues, because back in the days most people have to be going to Studio One and Derek Harriott and all these different places. Now a lot of musicians have their own studio set up at home. I would imagine some of them, possibly because of the youthful exuberance, they just go ahead and record a song, because you can upload it to CD Baby or those digital platforms. But how dangerous would you consider that to be, though, from a copyright point of view? Because there are several steps that some of them would have missed. Highlight some of those for us.
There are some basic steps you have to take when registering. The
Hmm.
first one, once you're a songwriter, then you would want to register the song with your PRO. With in our case in Jamaica, would have been JCAP. For
Right.
those who choose to use the overseas one in the US, I realize that most people go for BMI, because
Yeah.
with BMI you don't need to have a social security number. So it's much easier for them to go to BMI than has to the other two. In the UK, they would go with PRS. But then
Hmm.
there's a fee to register as a songwriter, I think, with PRS. And SOCAN in Canada, then you can go along with that. So the first thing, once you create the recording, you want to make sure it's registered into their database. So whenever the song is played, it can be fingerprinted to make sure that you will receive your payment for as a songwriter for the song. So you would register with first of all with your PRO. Then the
Hmm.
next step, because every recording it has two sides to it. It have the publishing side and it have the master right side. So you want to
Right.
register those as well. So if you choose to use the local one here, then it would be for the recording, you'll go with jams. If it's in the US, then you'll go with RIEE. If it's in the UK, they go with PPL. But then there's also another income from the song, which is the mechanical. And the mechanical basically it's the publishing. We here in Jamaica a lot of time confuse the publishing. Everybody want publishing, but the publishing is for the songwriter, the person who write the song. What the publishing does, as I say, the reproduction of that song into commercial uses. So you'd want to register with the reproduction organization. We do have one here in Jamaica that you can register with as a publisher. In the UK, you can go with TPL. And you can also go with TPL also as a performer, separate. So there are different acts that you can use to register that particular recording to ensure that everybody receive payment. Also, the background vocalist that you use to make the songs sound appealing. You would also want them to get payment as well. So you could advise them that they need to register their background vocals with TPL. Let's stick with TPL for the time being because they have more organizations that you can register with than we have here in Jamaica. So those are the organizations that you would register with to make sure you get the physical side. On the digital side, then you'd want to come to the United States and go with Sound Exchange because
Yeah.
they collect the digital part there. Because the digital, hello?
Yeah, man, I'm hearing. I'm hearing. Go
Good.
ahead.
Because the digital with Sound Exchange is different than in the UK. In the UK, when you register that side, it's called your neighboring rights. So away from the neighboring rights that you receive, you can also receive what's called equitable remuneration. So there are a number of organizations that you would need to register with if you want to collect all of the income streams that are available.
From your music. Oh,
In addition, there are some funds that you can also get income from, a good amount of revenue. So you'd want to know these organizations. And this is why I'm going to encourage everyone, if they want to get all of the income that are available from their recordings, join the course. And the
yeah, yeah.
course will give you all of those information.
Wow, wow. So powerful. What I'm gonna do, there's a song that I'm gonna be playing, and this is gonna bring us down memory lane. And once I finish, we come back from this song. We're gonna be talking about the courses that you have for offerings right now, and I'm sure these courses, because I'm hearing some things that you're mentioning that I mean a lot of people would not know. That I personally I wouldn't know some of these things either, even though I've been around the music industry for so long. So this course that's coming up or the courses that you're offering will do well. We're going to be playing a song. It's called Danny, and we're going to be going back down memory lane with this song. If you want to tell us a little bit about this song before I play it, that would be good as well. A little introduction.
Okay, this particular song, it kind of prophetic and have a lot of symbolism to it.
Yes.
Because when Cecil Campbell decided to record that song in 1963, he recorded that particular recording with his biological children in in
Hmm.
in in his view. So these are the three names that is mentioned inside of the recording. These are his biological child that he made that pronouncement on when he did that recording, and it has a symbolism with it, in that in terms of setting up business to earn from your creativity, he has established a template that other participants can partake in. At the end of the song, I'll explain all of that when it's due.
Okay. All right, no problem. So ladies and gentlemen, let's check out Danny. And this is a song that goes way back, and I'm sure you'll enjoy it. So stand by, stand by. And this is bringing you memory lane. A lot of young people would not know these songs.
Danny, Dane, and Lorraine. Danny, Dane, and Lorraine. These are three people in my life, and your mother will be my wife. Danny, Dane, and Lorraine. I hope someday, their lucky day, things will come their way, and I hope and I pray for a faithful, wonderful day. Danny, Dane, and Lorraine. and dear mother, be my wife. Danny, Dane, and Lorraine.
Wow. Rich instrumentals, and trust me, the song is clear. And someone mentioned in the chat, clean. And guess what? That's one of the things I miss about the old time music is that um, you could just play a track without even fretting what's coming up because it's clean. The information is family is wholesome for the entire family, and that's really good. Danny, Dane, and Lorraine. I mean, nobody can miss that from this song. Scam Music by Prince Buster. Really good from coming from Juice TV Jamaica. Yeah, so this is really good. So you spoke before we played the song about the names that were mentioned in the song, and I'm sure from my knowledge of the music industry, as a writer, songwriter, whatever, if you do the proper registration, even after you pass, royalties and earnings from your music can be passed on to your relatives. You can elaborate on that for me as well.
Good. This particular song was introduced to me by a gentleman named Philbert Lane. I probably heard the song before and never take a note of it until
Yeah,
he started to tell me about that song being his favorite song. So I get the opportunity to listen it a number of times,
yes,
and then I decided in creating the the the, the study program that
mm-hmm.
this song is a fitting song because of the prophetic manner and the
Yeah,
symbolism that it has. So
yeah,
I have adopted this recording as it symbolizes the three ways in which you earn money from
mm-hmm.
your music and recordings.
Right,
Because
right,
no matter how you go around it, it's three ways you earn money from music, and
mm-hmm.
it's broken down into one. Um, That it would symbolize intellectual property, and that is content.
Right,
Two, Dane symbolize public performance, that is live or recorded music. And Lorraine symbolize fan relationship, that is the consumer who purchase the tickets. So,
wow,
this particular song has that kind of meaning for me. And I'm not going to go in depth with it here just now because in the course, we dissect everything and show you how you earn from it. Okay, quickly, when I talk about Danny symbolize intellectual property, which is content, okay? You need content to put out there, whether through recording or whatever other form of content you want to put,
yeah,
animation or whatsoever. So that's one. You take care of the way the first one is you have to create content. And
mm-hmm.
it's only people who create content really earn money up front. Others
Yeah,
who don't create the content, they have to work out a partnership with the person who create the content, whether they are producer, executive producers, or whatever.
mm-hmm.
It's not their intellectual property.
Yes,
So when they put it on a recording, all that is embedded on the recording, it belongs to the person who create the content.
yeah,
And the second one, public performance or live recorded music. And a number where you earn money out of live performance. We have the Dream Weekend set of people. They have been doing that very successful.
mm-hmm.
Reggae song jam and all of that.
Yes,
They have done that successful. Carnival people.
mm-hmm.
When you put on an event, you earn your money from the gate receipts, the merchandise, the food, the drink, the
Mm-hmm.
parking space, whatever. Those
Yes,
are here. Good,
full circle,
good. And the third one, as I said, I'm not gonna go in all
all
detail
of
with
them
everything because the course itself
will
speaks
give you all
about
of
that.
them.
So
Yes,
good. So you can just register as and to do the course, and you get the inner workings of the business in more detail that way.
Yes, yes, powerful, powerful. And I see some comments in the chat. Latisha, thank you so much for joining, my sister. These young people don't know these types of music. You're right about that. Definitely, definitely. This goes way back to our parents and grandparents' days, and they're still powerful music. Kimberly Thompson, my wife, I remember listening to these songs on a Sunday evening while my father cleaned his car. Yeah, man, these songs on a Sunday goes well with your Sunday dinner, your rice and peas and your chicken. Yeah, man, really, really goes well. It's a good compliment. Soothing, safe music, and you can listen it even with your kids around because it has a very, very rich heritage. And the instruments in that song a while ago, Paul, was so rich, and was so entertaining. So that's really good. So you have designed a number of courses for the industry, and I want you to tell us a little bit about those courses and what you hope that the listeners or listeners tonight and those who are participating in these courses would get from the courses that you're offering.
Okay, there are five courses.
Right.
One for the general public, which that one is lifestyle through music.
Mm-hmm.
Now, successfully completing that course would equip you with the requisite knowledge to earn from your creativity,
Yes.
because you'll be given the metadata to embed within the recordings to ensure that whenever your recording is played or licensed or whatever, you will receive the income, because you will have these collection management organization monitoring it for you. You don't have to monitor yourself. So it's very difficult for an individual or even a company to do it on their own without going through the collective management organization. For argument's sake, RJ and Lindos Road, you live in next door, right by Sugar Miner Place. And
Yeah.
Robert Crescent, and you hear the song they played there, you're recording. You can't go over there and ask them to pay you at the end of the week or the end of the month. No, you have
Yeah.
to wait near the join one of these collection management organizations, and they will
Yeah.
represent you. And when they um, license the music to them, whether through the blanket license or individual license, they will do
Mm-hmm.
the in-house calculation, and you will receive your money from it.
Right.
So that's it basically. But in terms of the one for schools, we are
Yes.
targeting grade 7 and 8 with what you call introduction of music rights, which is basically copyright and trademark.
Yes.
And then grade 9 to grade 10, they would do SBA in copyrights and the fundamentals of music. And all of these courses will show you exactly how to earn from these when you're complete with the course. So
Yes.
we just don't give you the course material and leave it like that. We show you exactly how you can earn from it. And then grade 11, we give them a miniature version, a lifestyle through music, whereby they they know our songwriter earned, they know
Yes.
our performer earned, they know a beat maker earned, they know a producer earned, they know how the label earned, they know how the engineer earned. We break down all of that and show them exactly how you earn from it, each stage. So you don't have to be wearing that like what happening in the general public. One
Mm-hmm.
person we already has them. No, we break them down that you can see exactly how each income stream should come to you. Because when you try to bungle them together, then a number of time the collection management organization happy for that, because those money will remain in what you call black box.
Black
Those are
box.
uncollected royalties. Nobody now go tell you. Say when you register one, for instance, you register with TPL because you are the label owner.
Mm-hmm.
The and you perform on this on the recording. Whatever instrument you play, you know, even if you're in the studio and you clap your hands or whatsoever, and it's recorded. You're entitled to payment for that. But
Wow.
these organizations not going to tell you that. So it's always best for you to look at yourself in different entities that you can collect all of those income streams. And then for grade 12 and 13, which is lower six and upper six, is copyright law and case studies. For those who are interested in going to intellectual property law, we give
Mm.
them an introduction into it, but not only we introduce them to these courses, but also for them to earn from it so they can stay within school and start to earn. Most students going to school, they have to do English language or English literature, or even if they're
Yeah.
doing a foreign language. So they have composition in their head on a daily basis. So as long as they have that vibes and that inspiration and put songs out there, then as I say, I channel it through my overseas partner in the UK, who has the largest independent music publishing.
Yes.
He's prepared and willing and waiting for these material to come to him because he was the president of PRS for two consecutive terms, 8 years in total. And he has a large network of publishers within that organization, plus other organizations globally. So we'll be depending on him to get these material out there. And he's waiting on it.
Wow. Wow. Awesome, awesome. What immediate benefits though can these young people get from the courses? Because you mentioned courses ranging from grade 7 all the way up to the higher grades. What immediate benefits can these participants get from the courses?
Okay, because they are part of the Song Embassy course.
Hmm.
They benefit from that relationship with the independent music group, which I said
Yeah.
is the largest music independent group um, um, in the UK as well as Europe. And I can
Yes.
tell you a particular gentleman that both of them used to they operate together, publishing company, and
Hmm.
he has that good relationship with him same way, and he has
Yeah.
reached out to him for material, and he is considering it, and the gentleman that I reached out to, Ellis Rich, tell me that everything is straight straight on board. As long as the material comes and the material is good, they will find place to put it. And this particular gentleman I'm telling about is Simon Cowell from the famous um, American Idol show.
Oh, sure. You're right.
So,
Right. Right.
so we have partners that we can get the materials to, and that's one. And the participants can successfully set up their own business and administer the services of their entity, because we will be providing in the course those information. The course is out there already. It's on Reggae Online. And you
Yes.
can go there, and you can, it's 57 pieces. 57 pieces, 7 modules, and basically recommending that you can complete it in 6 weeks. All of these courses within 6 weeks. We have tailor made it that way that you can, because we have taken the fat from off of the bone of the song, basically, for you to fully understand what you're getting into and how you can navigate this digital divide that we have just now.
Wow, wow. That's good. That's good. So that I mean, because you mentioned about the courses, and for anybody who wants to be a part of the industry, and you are going to the right places, which is the schools. You're targeting the schools because a lot of these young boys, maybe they are skillful in the use of computer and musical instruments, but they don't know how to get the proper workings of the music industry going so that they can be profitable. So this is really good, and I appreciate that. Tell us about the cost for some of these courses though, and how people can get to sign up. You just mentioned Reggae Online, and you can talk some more about that as well.
Yeah, Reggae Online, I do have the information straight off
Right.
the. I know the total cost for it is $600, and
Hmm.
I know you can pay 2 times, and Michael is
Yeah.
working out if you can do it by module as well. So
Right.
I don't have that information off and just now, but we are flexible to, in terms of the payment plan,
Accommodating.
how to work it out. The one in the schools, and I know that one off because I was in discussion with a very important person in the school system here, Miss
Yes.
Cynthia Cook, former principal of Campbell High, and
Mm-hmm.
we had agreed a group of 20 persons. We could easily do it for 2,000 Jamaican dollars for 3 hours
Mm-hmm.
whenever we have the course. So that would work out to roughly like $660 um, per hour. And it would be a practical thing, a hands-on thing. You know exactly what you're doing. So this is what we want to bring into the schools.
Okay, and this would be geared towards mainly like grade 7 to grade 12 for this particular one.
Yeah, as I said, we have it for grade 7 and 8, do a particular course, and then from 9 to 11,
Mm-hmm.
9 to 10, yeah, 9 and 10, they do the SBAs out of that, and then
Out of
you have for the six formers, which is 11 and 12. Am I correct? 12 and 13, whatever. But
11 and 12 you're
as
about.
I'm used to six farms, but the new way
Yeah.
they do it in Jamaica now, they call it 12 or 11 or something like that. But,
Mm-hmm.
so
Wow.
as I say, I recommend that you do it that way. If you don't have all the money, because we're not into it basically for the money. No, it's the information that we want to get out there. And as I said, um, the the study guide for lifestyle to music is a total of 57 components.
Yes.
And you can do two components per day and over a period of 6 weeks.
6 weeks.
And you'll complete all of them. And there is a question and answer that you have to do to make sure that you are fully aligned and understand what you have studied.
Yes.
Because the test that you'll be given, it cover all of the areas of the business of music.
That's good. That's really good. All right. So I'm going to be sharing the link for Reggae Online for those who are interested in signing up for this course. You can find it on this link. I'm going to be sharing it. Or if you can find it online, once you type Reggae Online, you will see the information coming up. Make money from your music. And you will see Mr. Paul Campbell as one of the persons there. You will see Michael Sean Harris. You will see several other persons, and then a list of courses, and we're going to be sharing some other information with you as well before we go off the live. And we have one more vintage song to play for you as well before we go off, which is going to be really good. So I want to big up Sister Izzy on the beat. Thank you so much, Sister Izzy, for joining. Sister Izzy on the beat, all the way in Florida. I really appreciate your support, sis. And for those on the Facebook page as well, Sister Lorna Thomas, Christopher Roach, and all those who are on the Facebook page. Thank you so much for joining us on there. And to my mom and dad, always joining. Thank you so much for joining. To my family for supporting. Thank you so much for supporting as well. So I'm going to be sharing the link in the chat in a few, so that for those who are interested in joining this course. And Sister Michelle, I know you have your agency as well in Trinidad. This would benefit a lot of your young people as well who possibly are desirous of doing music. And I'm sure there's something that we can work out through Mr. Paul Campbell, as he mentioned about the various groups that can benefit from this course. Be on top, succeeders. Want to big you up as well, sis, for your success in launching your business and your website. Thank you so much. So, Paul, any other information you want to share with us before we go off the live? Because we're going to be playing one more of the songs, and that's one is "Beautiful Angel" that's coming up. And we're really enjoying. I'm really enjoying this interview because you're mentioning a lot of things that a lot of people would know. But just a question before you give your closing remarks, though. For a person who is already in the industry, possibly released some songs but didn't do some of the integral paperwork. Is there a way for them to correct some of those things at this stage?
Oh yes, certainly. Matter of fact, the United States has been spearheading that initiative a year and a half, had now, um,
Yes.
and all the songwriters who didn't have their songs in terms of the splits work out the correct way for them to collect, because the splits are very important in it. That's how you get paid.
Yes.
Okay, if you have collaborated writing a song and you don't work out the splits, that money will remain inside of the collection management organization.
Mhm.
So the US have come up with a very sensible and practical way where you can get in back now into the system and to ensure going forward that you will collect. And also they have a lot of money there and their tables there for people that did not collect it. You
Wow.
still have, I think, was it two more years to go where you can submit that information and receive it. And I must tell you, there are so many income streams out there. I can give you some of them quickly to show
Yes.
you the amount of money that is out there for songwriters, for producers, for performers, for background vocalists, for session musicians. For
Mhm.
instance, you have income stream publishing public performance royalties. You have
Yes.
mechanical royalty for physical, mechanical royalties for digital. You have streaming revenue. You have musicians secondary markets fund. You have sound recording special payment fund. You have YouTube royalties, completely different from what most people are going off, where you can
Mhm.
share that that revenue from the advertising, but you have
Yeah.
to register it a special way, and there are six payments from that. Those are income that we should be getting. So there are so many income streams that are out there that we need to capitalize on it if we have created the content. Even
Mhm.
if you don't create the content, as long as you're an investor, you invest into the business. You invest as a producer, label owner, for the master. There are income there, not just the one broad income. There are other incomes that are there. It's basically just the knowledge that you have to have, and with that, you'll be able to successfully collect what are out there for you. The other people are collecting it, even right now that I'm talking to you.
Yeah.
Money are being collected, and if and
Yeah.
if and if it's your creativity, then you should be the one collecting it.
Yes, yes. I remember going to the JCAP Awards several years ago. I think it was about 2016, 2017, and the manager of JCAP, she was there, and she mentioned, I think at the time, it's okay to call his name. I think at the time Taros Riley was one of the persons who got the highest pay from his royalties through JCAP. And she was mentioning a lot of things that several persons are still leaving money on the table because they are just in the hype of just doing the music while not paying attention to the inner workings of the music, as you rightfully said. And you mentioned a few income streams from the music a while ago that is even new to me as I speak. And that's really, really powerful, which is why we all need to do the course. And if you're on here, you're a musical practitioner in any form of the music, and you mentioned even a person going to the studio just to clap their hands on a record, they are entitled to be paid as well. And that's really powerful. I'm sure a lot of people don't even know those things. And that's really powerful. Background vocalists. I think for the most, I know a lot of musicians who just pay vocalists for the day and that's it, but their voice is all over the world on these records. So I'm happy that you point those out. And all of these things will be covered in the course, ladies and gentlemen. So for those who are interested in getting this course hands-on, and you can check out Reggae Online. I'm going to be sharing the link soon. You can find all of these courses on that platform, and it's really, really going to be helpful to you and all the persons in your network of musicians, and that's really good. That's really good. Enjoy the information, Paul, and so awesome to have you on. If you have any final comments, I know there's a number. If you'd want me to share the number, or you can share the number that I reach out
You can go ahead
to
and
you
share
on.
it.
All
You
right,
can
all
go
right,
ahead
no
and
problem.
share the number.
So all right. So if you want to get in contact with Paul for these courses, you can reach out to him at 1-876-518-6644. And I'm going to be sharing the link for the Reggae Online that you can find all the background information and some things that we haven't even mentioned on the interview. You can find it on that platform. And the costing, the costing for the course is 600 US dollars, and that goes right across the board. And there is a payment plan as well. And if you have special arrangements, if you're in the school system and you want to set up a group of young people to do the course, there's also packages for that as well. So you can reach out to Paul, and I'm sure he can arrange that for you. So anything else you want to add to the show before we go, Paul? Because definitely this is a mouthful interview, and I'm sure with the follow-up interviews and with the other musical greats that we're going to be having on the show, I'm sure a lot of information will be coming out. So share with us your final comments before we go off
Okay.
live today, and then I'll be
I
sharing the
close
link in
by
the chat
saying
as well.
that. Okay, I just close by saying that there are six exclusive copyrights that drive the entire music business, and these six rights it drive and dictate the rules and money of the entire business of music. And I
Yeah.
end here by saying that my good friend that I have discussion with on a regular basis always tell me, Paul, most practitioners learn the rules of the game when the game is over. So it's very important for you to learn the rules before the game is over. Because when the game is over for you, you're right behind the eight ball and all of your money going into somebody's pocket.
Wow, wow, so powerful. And you mentioned something before that I want to repeat. Um, Getting your black and white correct before you can
Certainly.
collect the green,
Collect
and
your
we know the
green.
green has to do with the papers, and that's so powerful. DJ Giovanni Williams, blessings, bro, blessings. Thank you so much for joining. So I've shared the link. I've shared the link in the chat for those who want to go on the page and check it out. And you will see, as I said, you will see Paul Campbell on the page, and you will see some of the offerings. And these courses, some of the you can do them on your own timing. There's no pressure to do it, but the recommendation is that you try to do them within a 6 week period so that you can get all of that. And I'm happy that there's an aspect of the course too that deals with the SBA, school-based assessment for some of these young people, and that's really good. So they can have something to show from what they have done in the course, and that's really really good. So thank you so much, Paul, for this wonderful time sharing with us on the awesome spotlight for this Friday, April 21.
The
And we are
pleasure
looking
was mine. So thank you and thank to all our viewers and listeners.
definitely, man. And I'm gonna be closing with Beautiful Angel. So if you would just do us the honors of just introducing that song for us before we go off the live today. And for all those who have joined us, we are really, really appreciative of your company on the show today. So introduce Beautiful Angel for us, Paul, before we go.
Beautiful Angel is by Sultan Ali, son of Prince Buster, and it
Yes.
speaks about a beautiful woman. So here goes.
All right. So as we go from the show, this is going to be the way we leave you today. Beautiful Angel. And trust me, we are going to be having some follow up interviews. You're going to be seeing some musical greats on these platforms, and we want you to be a part of these shows. So wherever you're logging in from, wherever you're joining us from, Juice TV Jamaica, you seem to have the history part. And that's really good. DJ Giovanni, my family, Sister Izzy, all those who are on the platform, thank you so much for joining us this Friday for this wonderful interview. The link is there for the courses, and the number 1876 518 is the number that you can reach Paul Campbell on, and I'm sure he will give you some other arrangements, read these courses. But these courses are really, really good for us to have. It's Latisha, thank you so much as well for joining in. I'm sure your daughter now has all the information to start her little musical career, and that's really, really good. So thank you so much. All those who are on, I sure there's a name I missed. Althea Seward. I hope I'm calling your name right. Thank you so much for joining. Derek McFarlane, Marlon Samuel, Sister Michelle, all the way in Trinidad. Thank you so much, every single person. My name is DLT. This is how we take you out of the show today with Beautiful Angel. See you on our next broadcast that's coming up. Blessings to everyone. So we're giving you a different side of the show today, Friday, April 21. Michael Reed, all the way in Canada. Big up, bro. Big up.
And lonely. We've been wishing for the lady of my dreams to make my life seem real. Then you appear, I don't know where.
A good idea, sis. Maybe I need to do a show like this, a vintage show, awesome vintage show.
Wonderful angel with the stare. Oh Lord, I just don't want to swear. The girl with the rainbow eyes, she's up so high. She hypnotizes, mesmerize.
Whenever I run out of lyrics, Paul, I can use this song,
Okay, okay. Good, good, good.
Full of lyrics, love it.
Okay. I must let him know.
Go again?
I must let him know.
Yeah, yeah.
So you can arrange now, when next you want the other person to come.
All right, hold on. Go again. I didn't get what you said a while ago.
I was saying it's for you to arrange when next you need the other guest that we can
Yeah, man, definitely.
select the person.
Yeah, man,
So,
definitely. We'll arrange that. We'll arrange that for sure. All right, so let's listen to the rest of Beautiful Angel. Really loving it. Really loving it.
Since you came, I have not been the same. Oh no, you are a fortune that any man would claim. Well, our body chemistry acts and reacts. We're just like birds of a feather. You are the sun that lights up the day, and the moon at night.
So in the awesome spotlight today, Friday, April 21, we have Mr. Paul Campbell, and he has told us a wealth of information, and we are promoting these courses. So we want to big up every single person that you joined the live today from wherever you're joining from. Caribbean Christian Broadcasting, Thank you so much for joining. We appreciate you being on the show. So as we go with this wonderful song, Beautiful Angel, take care. My name is Dayle T. See you again for next show on Monday. And we're going to be sharing some wonderful, wonderful information with you. Thank you so much, Paul, for being on the show. And we
See,
will definitely be in touch. My
okay.
pleasure being your host.
Thanks again, dear. Good. Shout to your family for me.
All right. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. See you, everybody. Take care. My name is Dayle T. Have a great day. Great evening for those in the Middle East and the UK. Thank you so much. Enjoy the rest of your night. Blessings, everybody.